Lesson 3, Academic English Fundamentals. Welcome to Lesson 3 in our IELTS Complete Training Course series. This course was put together by Dr. Greg Martin's OJI. My name is Melissa, and I will be your guide today. Before diving into specific IELTS sections, we must establish the foundation: academic English. IELTS is an academic test, and universities require it precisely because academic English differs significantly from everyday conversational English. Understanding and using academic English effectively is essential for achieving Band 7+ scores, particularly in writing and speaking parts 2 and 3. Get the complete IELTS course as a paperback or Kindle on Amazon via the link below. The book title is IELTS Complete Training Course: Your Comprehensive Guide to IELTS Success by Dr. Greg Martin's OJI. We also recommend that you subscribe to this channel so you're notified of new videos. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. What is academic English? Academic English is the formal, precise language used in educational and professional contexts. It's the English of textbooks, journal articles, lectures, and formal discussions, the language you'll encounter daily in university. Let me show you the key differences from everyday English with some examples. Everyday English says lots of people think smartphones are bad for kids. Academic English says research suggests that excessive smartphone usage may adversely affect adolescent development. Everyday English says global warming is getting worse really fast. Academic English says climate change is accelerating at an unprecedented rate, with significant implications for future generations. Notice the academic versions are more precise and specific, more formal in tone, more cautious in claims, using words like may, suggests, and might, more sophisticated in vocabulary, and more complex in structure. Why academic English matters for IELTS? IELTS specifically assesses academic language for several important reasons. First, it tests university readiness. You'll read academic texts, write academic papers, and participate in academic discussions. IELTS ensures you can handle this language. Second, it improves lexical resource scoring. Using academic vocabulary and collocations significantly improves your lexical resource band score in writing and speaking. Third, it demonstrates grammatical range. Academic English favors complex sentence structures, which demonstrate the grammatical range needed for Band 7+. Fourth, it affects task achievement. Academic writing conventions like thesis statements, supporting evidence, and logical organization are essential for high task achievement scores. Fifth, it builds credibility. Academic English makes your arguments more persuasive and your descriptions more professional, impressing examiners. The academic word list. The academic word list contains 570 word families that frequently appear across academic texts in various disciplines. Learning these words significantly improves your academic vocabulary. Here are examples of academic word list words: analyze, analysis, analytical mean to examine in detail. Approach, approaches, approaching mean method or way of dealing with something. Assess, assessment, assessed, mean to evaluate or judge. Concept, conceptual, conceptualize mean abstract idea. Demonstrate, demonstration, demonstrated mean to show, clearly. Additional important words include distribute, establish, evident, factor, indicate, significant, source, and vary. For IELTS preparation, focus first on academic word list words that appear frequently in IELTS topics: education, technology, environment, society, health, and government. Academic vocabulary and context. Let me show you how academic vocabulary transforms basic statements. Basic English says, many students can't pay for university. Academic English says, a significant proportion of students lack adequate financial resources for higher education. Basic English says, the internet changed how we talk to each other. Academic English says, digital technology has fundamentally transformed interpersonal communication patterns. Basic English says, exercise is good for your health. Academic English says, regular physical activity contributes substantially to improved cardiovascular health and psychological well-being. Academic collocations. Collocations are words that naturally go together. Academic collocations are essential for natural-sounding academic English. Here are common academic collocations with conduct. You conduct research, conduct a study, conduct an experiment, or conduct an analysis. With carry out, you carry out research, carry out an investigation, or carry out a survey. With have or exert, you have an effect or impact, exert influence, or have implications. With pose, you pose a threat, pose a challenge, pose a risk, or pose a question. Using correct collocations dramatically improves your lexical resource score. Don't say do research, say conduct research. Don't say create an influence, say exert influence. Academic phrases and expressions. Memorize these high-value academic phrases for introducing ideas. Say, it is widely acknowledged that, there is growing evidence that, research suggests or indicates that, one significant aspect of is, or a key factor in is. For expressing caution, called hedging, say, it appears that, the evidence suggests, this may, might, or could indicate, it is possible or probable that, or use words like tends to, seems to, or appears to. For showing emphasis, called boosting, say, it is clear that, undoubtedly, certainly, or the evidence clearly demonstrates. For comparing, use in comparison to or with, similarly, likewise, by contrast or in contrast, or whereas. Academic sentence structures. Academic English uses complex sentences to show relationships between ideas. Simple sentences are fine for clarity, like, technology has changed education. But academic writing combines ideas, like, technology has significantly transformed education by providing unprecedented access to information and enabling interactive learning experiences. Here are common academic sentence patterns. Pattern 1 uses although or while clauses for contrast. Although technology offers numerous benefits, it also presents certain challenges that require careful consideration. Pattern 2 uses because or since clauses for reasons. Since renewable energy costs have decreased substantially, many countries are transitioning away from fossil fuels. Pattern 3 uses if clauses for conditions. If governments fail to address climate change urgently, future generations will face increasingly severe environmental consequences. Register. Formal versus informal. Academic English maintains formal register. Avoid informal language in writing and speaking parts 2 and 3. Instead of the informal kids, use the formal children, adolescents, or young people. Instead of get, use obtain, acquire, or receive. Instead of lots of or a lot of, use numerous, substantial, considerable, or significant. Avoid contractions in writing. Don't write don't, write do not. Don't write can't, write cannot. Don't write it's, write it is. Avoid phrasal verbs when formal alternatives exist. Instead of find out, use discover or ascertain. Instead of put off, use postpone or delay. Instead of deal with, use address or handle. Listening sections 1 and 2. Social and educational contexts. Today we begin with IELTS listening sections 1 and 2, our first skills-focused lesson. These sections test your ability to understand English in everyday social and educational contexts. Here's something crucial. In the listening test, you hear each recording only once. No replays. This makes prediction and concentration critical skills. Listening test overview. The listening test has 40 questions divided into 4 sections, progressively increasing in difficulty. Section 1. Questions 1 through 10 features a conversation between 2 people in a social context, like booking accommodation or making reservations. Section 2. Questions 11 through 20 features a monologue in a social context, like a tour guide speech or facility information. Section 3. Questions 21 through 30 features a conversation between 2 to 4 people in an educational context, like students discussing an assignment with a tutor. Section 4. Questions 31 through 40 features a monologue in an academic context, typically a university lecture. Total time is 30 minutes listening plus 10 minutes to transfer answers. Today, we focus on sections 1 and 2, the social contexts that begin the test. Section 1. The conversation. Section 1 features a conversation between 2 people in an everyday social situation, Common scenarios include accommodation inquiries like booking hotels, renting apartments, or finding student housing. Travel arrangements like flight bookings, tour reservations, or transportation. Service inquiries like gym memberships, library cards, or course registrations. Making bookings for restaurants, sports facilities, or event tickets. Or complaints and requests like requesting repairs, reporting service issues, or making changes to bookings. The speakers use everyday English with relatively simple vocabulary and straightforward sentence structures. This is the easiest section of the listening test, designed to build your confidence.